hopefully... There's that button. Gonna run through here and all of the... If it'll let me. And I think that should be everything. Alright, so then we'll get into it. Hello and welcome everybody, I'm your humble host Gavin the Kitty, and today we are streaming some Battle Network 5 Team Colonel modded on PC, because why not? Be sure to say hi if you are just lurking. Just remember Twitch changed the way they did their viewership, so if you're just lurking, remember to say hi at least in the chat once, because, you know, numbers. Plus, then I get to say hi to you, just like I get to say hi to Zeke. Hello, Zeke. Welcome in. Guys, amazing stuff says, what's up? Not much. Getting started today. That's how it is. Hopefully I fixed the crashes today. I changed around some drivers, looked through some crash logs, couldn't find the crashes in the crash log, so that was fun. Still can't get the camera to match my eyes quite right, but you know. But this is a new file, new everything. I'm playing with a bunch of different mods, including things like Lazy Network 5, which will give us access to more chips, allowing us to beat the post-game faster. I've got the DS soundtrack, so we've got higher quality music. I've got a different font that better matches the DS, or the originals on Game Boy. And yeah, there's a couple of other things, but most of those mods are for BN4, so. I gotta get used to a different control scheme too, because this thing is weird with how it reads controllers. Young Dr. Hikari and Dr. Wily. For all you classic story fan, Dr. Hikari is Dr. Light. Hikari literally means light. Generally, when they do a name like that, they do Raito, but instead they did Hikari as a pun on the way us Americans translated Dr. Light. Dr. Wright into Dr. Light. I'll do my best not to skip over stuff, but, I mean, it's Battle Network. We're gonna be playing a tutorial. And interruption. Oh boy. But how's everybody doing today? I'm doing alright myself. I had some soup. That's right, guys, I had soup! You can find me at the soup store. So, yeah. It was steak and potato. For those who are curious. Alright, we have a tutorial. I already know this tutorial, and I can explain it faster. So, there are chips. Food. Yes, food. There are chips. You have a deck. It's, stuff. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Because I'm buying clothes at the soup store. By the way, good job on the Legends video. Blade. Watched all the way through it before I started stream today. Chips, yummy. I don't have chips. I ate all the chips last night. Me and Goat were hungry. I've been making Goat play through Battle Network 5 Proto Man. I let him pick the version, and then whatever version he didn't pick is the one I'm playing here. So, that's why we're doing Kernel. I'm thinking about angling my model a little better in the thing. Forgot a few things to make a follow-up. I left a comment mentioning some of my theories on what it could be, especially based on some of the things I've heard and some of the test reports I've gotten. So, you know, just pointing that out. How dare I? Well, they were good chips. They were Pico de Gallo flavored. They were super spicy. They were on sale. Like, a big bag of chips for, like, less than $2. Like, what? Yeah, no, I found out why very fast. They are very spicy. Did I turn off Buster Max? No, I didn't. I don't need Buster Max for this. The reason why I've got it on in the first place is because I used a mod and I broke Battle Network 4 last night, and I want to tell everybody about it. So, you know how there's a tournament in Battle Network 4? You know, the game that we played a couple months ago? Yeah, there's a mod that'll let you pick what tournament you go into. If you're playing Blue Moon, pick Aquaman within the first 2 rounds of your first tournament. If you're playing Red Sun, pick Gutsman within the first 2 rounds of your first tournament. Or else, the game breaks, and you glitch, and you're stuck there because you can't Soul Unison into the one that they want for the tutorial. So do that. I had to replay the intro twice. So I just, yeah. Yeah. It's a cool mod. There's a bunch of cool mods. Anti-cheat measure. Yeah, sorry. I'm anti-cheat measure that messes with a mod that fixes the tournament brackets. Yeah, no. So let me go ahead and turn that off. Let me also change that. Order settings. Well, we'll go with a... background. Oh, I didn't turn it off. Chat, help, I didn't turn it off. But yeah, no. My husband's been having a fun time with Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man, I think at least. He says he's been having fun. But we've been playing it together. I've been helping him through. I've got a whole bunch of information and stuff, so. The Battle Network 4 mod that is the equivalent of the Lazy Network 5 is so silly, and it makes me want to just talk to everybody. It's kind of great. Everybody you talk to that's important for dialogue just ends up giving you all versions of certain ships. And then they did not check exactly what was up. So, 3 counter hits, just like that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and change my angle real quick, and hopefully this doesn't break anything. Right mouse, wrong kind of tilting. That's yeah. There we go. I feel like that's a little bit better. Buttons. Man, I love buttons. I'm gonna try to keep up with chat today. I don't exactly know what everybody's up to. We should probably start messing with the chip folder. Nah. Cards aren't worth it. I actually really like 5. You're up to nothing. I think you're up to being a sneak. You're being a sneak. You're sneaking around. You know how it is. So there's been some rumors about a Nintendo Direct coming up, February 10th. Apparently it's from a not very reliable person, but you never know. Figured I'd mention it. Sneaking in the house, eating my food as I speak. I just locked the door, Zeke. Before I started streaming, I made sure to lock the doors. Oh yeah, this is also the first stream since we got all the stuff out of my, stuff out of the basement. No, my husband sometimes leaves and forgets to lock the back door before he leaves, so I have to go and re-lock it. Because I am a worry fuck. I worry quite a bit. I get to a point where I'm like, is that locked? I don't remember if it's locked. I better go check to make sure it's locked. Because, I've lived in some fucky neighborhoods in the past, and I just don't really care for it. I still got the counter hit. I just messed it up. Yeah. So, things I can expect from this new Nintendo Direct. I'm assuming they're gonna have another trailer for Star Force. I also think they'll have I think this time they'll actually have an ad not only for Star Force, but I think they'll have one for Dual Override. Oh, and then tomorrow there's the, speaking of stuff that I'm looking forward to, and that my friends are looking forward to, they're doing the Resident Evil showcase tomorrow too, aren't they? Oh man, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Worth it, you lived in a safe town, the one time you didn't lock the car, the laptop got stolen, yep. That's how it be. Yeah, I was living back around COVID 2020, 2021. Wait, no, it was 2020 because I moved in here around February of 2021. My audio broke? My audio for what? The game or me? The game. So this might just be a graphics issue. It's back up, by the way, so... Stream is back up. It crashed again, but I got it back up. I think I got it back up. Are we back up? Are we live? Hope you get news on Tomodachi. Yeah, that should be good. Who all's back in chat? I need to know who I'm talking to and who I'm looking at because the chat didn't clear. I didn't give it enough time. So, I hear you, but I see no avatar because I haven't booted up the avatar yet. I'm gonna look at the system information and see if there's a crash report. So, yeah, this could be a number of things. It could be, audio drivers. It could have been... So now there's only two things that this could possibly be. Audio drivers, an audio driver issue. Like, Pipewire does not like, anything. Or a graphics card problem where NVIDIA's drivers legitimately cannot handle anything, which is a case with Linux. Linux does not like Linux very well. GPU, system information, system reports, no problems were detected. Monday, 2026, 1:12. Steam Debian installation crashed. That's not today. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a bot. Blame Microslop too much, AI. I'm running Linux. It could also be that Vignon eats up too much data, but from what I can tell from my system monitoring reports, my computer has no issues with Vignon as an application. So, but we'll go back to my usual, the gray avatar one, the one that I don't care to use, but it works. it doesn't crash as much, so we'll use it. I really do just want a VTubing application for Linux. If anybody has one, send it to me. Please. And I'm not talking PNG tuber. I'm talking full 3D model. Yeah. Let's see. I wonder what the system monitor looks like. What happens if I pull that up? I am running troubleshooting as we're looking here. So, okay, while I'm streaming, okay, now it has a different monitoring system. It looks different. That is interesting. Like the CPU, it's the Vignon is CPU intensive. I wouldn't have known that. It's just straight up my program. It's the program I use. I think. Because, yeah, this isn't spiking it as bad. Granted, it's also not tracking anything. So heck if I know. Oh. So, like, yeah. I mean, it works for, like, the little bit of recording and stuff, but the minute they're streaming, it throws a fit. Still blame Microsoft slop. Yeah, that's fair. If only we had actual navies to help. If I did, I would, yeah. If I did, this would be over. I would already have figured this out. Oh, huzzah. I love it. It's broken. Just like me. Oh, this is great. I have no idea what I'm looking at or why. Now? No, it's not even oh, freaking hell. Man, I sure do love when stuff breaks and doesn't tell you why it broke. Alright, yeah. We're stuck with this. We're stuck with this, chat. I have been waiting on this screen so long. I've been waiting for such a long time. Gonna wait for chat to come back online. You're watching an ad, so I don't really know. Oh, ho, ho. You can go ad-free if you're subbed. Anyways. Yeah, no, my bitrate isn't spiking. Okay, so this might just be a straight up application I use isn't good. Huh. I'm pretty... Okay. I have questions. I have questions for the chat. I have questions for you, chat. So, what I think I found is that it's a CPU-intensive program. The one that I was using. Does anybody know a less CPU-intensive face tracking and VTuber application for Linux? Because that's the problem right now. The program that I'm using right now can do face tracking, but it isn't great at it, and it's not built in. Binyan was nice because it had it built in. Warudo wouldn't work, but I could try it again. That was also seemed to be prone to crashes. So... oh, it's tricky. It's tricky. Because, like, I don't exactly... At least I'm back online. At least it's not, like, super broken. This is outside my wheelhouse. Sorry, I can't help it. That's fine. I just wish I knew more people in the space who can help, but everybody I know who does this runs Windows. And the only help that they have told me is just switch to Windows 11, and I say there's a lot of privacy concerns that I have, and I don't think that, I don't think anybody else really cares. So, no, sorry. Switching to Windows is not an option. I refuse. I refuse to switch to Windows. And that may seem like, wow, that's short-sighted, but no. No, I'm thinking ahead on this one. Trust me, I'm thinking ahead on this one. Because I guarantee you they will have something within 3 years that is AI-focused, that runs Copilot, because everything they do has to run Copilot that'll brick a PC if it's VTubing and streaming. It'll be totally on accident, but the only solution they'll have for it is, sorry, buy a new PC. I just got that feeling in the back of my head, you know. You know the one where you go, Microslop, that's not a good idea. Streamlabs doesn't support 7. Well, yeah, that's the point. I was running Windows 10 and everything was working fine enough. But then they were like, it's gonna lose support. And I'm like, well, I do a lot more than just this or that. And some of my programming friends were like, you should switch to Linux. It's better. And I trusted them naively. And like, I can't blame them, because Linux has been a really good experience outside of the one thing that I need my PC for. Ever continue to punish every corp that pushes slop? Yes. And I will continue to do so until things improve. Rusty says, hi. Hello, Rusty. Welcome in. We're doing Battle Network 5 today. While I try to figure out why my PC keeps crashing. And I think I've narrowed it down to a factor. Oh yeah, this game's great. It's fantastic. Worth playing. 10 out of 10. The roundhouse kicks to the face will continue until morality improves. Yes. Yes, Blade. That's how this works. How it functions. I don't think you have to talk to everybody. But I'll do it anyways. Alright, we didn't talk to Mail. Or as my husband keeps saying, Melu. Because he saw the anime first, and I didn't correct him. Could apply to Big Corpse. Should apply to Big Corpse. You know, they keep saying, I keep getting told by some of my friends that 2026 is the big meme reset, so Chuck Norris memes should be back by now. Why not? The font change is good. I like it. It is a little bit more pleasing on the eyes, but I do know why they changed the typeface. Melu sounds better, even though I played the games first. That's fair. Granted, I am also the same dork who will look you dead in the face and go "Fire Foxu" when talking about Ninja, and who is Napalm Man's operator. Oh, Chod Loader works on Steam Deck. Blade, Chod Loader works on Steam Deck. You can get mods on there. Let me rephrase there. Yeah. There's not as many mods as there really should be. Because this collection's easier to mod than a lot of the other ones. Oh, you wish it was easy. It's not that bad. It's just you move the files, so it's not that much effort. It's just when you install Chod Loader, it creates a mods folder in the game's directory. And then from there, you just put the files in after you extract them. For me, Chod Loader booted up with an auto start in 5 seconds, and I didn't notice it was there until just before this stream. So I actually, like, very quickly enabled stuff before starting the game. So that was something to learn. You just want the original font back. There's a lot of better mods, honestly, for it. Like the C slider for 4 can be got. I found one mod that was broken, and I absolutely want to see somebody do a challenge run of it. So, it wasn't intended, and I know it's not intended. I don't know why I got confused with the buttons there. But there is a mod called Zprog. And Zprog allows you to change the difficulty for Battle Network 4. Well, I'm starting on a fresh file and everything, so I haven't already beaten it. So Zprog it adds a gold Mr. Prog in Battle Network 4's microwave comp that'll let you change the difficulty after the first beat. On your first go-around, though, if you have that mod installed, all of the viruses start at the hardest difficulty. But since you don't have any of the chips or anything, you're starting at base level 1. So that has so much difficulty mod potential. I really want to see somebody attempt that, because I got killed twice during the tutorial. likely to get different chip levels, I was still getting level 1 chips. I was still getting level 1 chips to fight, despite fighting level 3 viruses. So, it broke a lot of things. The minute I I took out the folder, though, it worked just fine. So, like, the Z-Prog didn't, but, like, because it was gone, but it wasn't messing with the virus levels anymore, which was nice. It's awful. Oh yeah, it was horrid. I turned it off almost immediately. But I was like, this needs to be a challenge run. I want somebody to make this a thing. 100 health, anything can kill you right off the bat. It's gonna get easier as it goes, but you only get so much health. Oh. Granted, I'm also king of coming up with bad ideas for Battle Network challenge runs, so maybe don't listen to me. Because I'm the dummy who was like, what if we did a challenge run where we got all the chips in each area before leaving? I turned around, I turned it off immediately, me trying to watch Teen Titans Go. I mean, there's a couple of good episodes of that. I have challenge run ideas I'm saving for myself. I'm scared to ask. I'm never doing a challenge run unless people pay me to do it, because I feel like I would be so annoyed that it just wouldn't be fun to watch or make, and yeah. Damageless battle chip run, so you can only use chips and you have to go damageless? That sounds annoying. That sounds super annoying. I'd still watch it. I would still watch it. That sounds horrid and awful, and I'd still watch it. Oh, speaking of stuff we're working on, Blade, because I know that we're working on those one videos. The game battle chip. Oh, damageless battle chip. Is that even possible? If you get past the first tournament, it's doable. Oh my gosh. For those who don't know what Battle Chip Challenge is, think of this, except for you don't control the characters, and also, on top of not being able to control the characters, your little bit of control that you do have is over when exactly you use specific chips. It's a deck builder. It's not like this. Like, it's really not like this. You have more control and over everything here than in Battle Chip Challenge. I think Battle Chip Challenge is fantastic, but damageless sounds like hell. My husband wants me to do a meme video run of Battle Network, where every time even a slight meme comes up, I just take the time to insert it into the clip. I looked it over, it is possible with luck, but because some chips in the shops are a gotcha, you need to wait for new ones to unlock, which happens after beating Gutsman. But that's like the first... Oh, yeah. Legs go, Lan. Legs go, Lan. Let's tell Mom we're doing dangerous things. Oh, boy! Anybody checked on the Rockman.exe team at all? Here's what happens with Lazy Network. 4 roll Rs, 4 mini bombs, 4 energy bombs, 4 mega energy bombs, crack, para bomb, reset bomb, and mail's code. We got the crack chips. Oh great, I'm getting called by spam. I'm not answering it, I'm sorry. They've updated PvP, but no new story stuff yet? Darn. For those who don't know what Battle Network Rockman.exe is, it's a fan game of Battle Network, and it uses a lot of assets from 5 and 6, and it's great. Like, it's really, really good. It's also really tough. And I haven't touched it in a long time, and I should probably touch it again whenever they get around to updating it. What do we do now? Jumping NPC who keeps his arms completely stiff. Add 90-second. Add. Addition. We're finding new ways to addition. I should save. Yeah, I should save. You know, I would like to do a video on the Star Force Legacy Collection when it comes out. I'll actually have to talk about that in a second. When the Star Force Collection comes out, I want to do a video. On, in particularly, I want to go into what I would have wanted out of the collection. I'm going to be making a wish list of sorts right before the game comes out. And check things off. And then make a video going over the things I liked, the things that I was hoping for, and how all of that pieces together. I am gonna have to step off for just a moment. I think that soup that I had may have upset my stomach. Yeah, dieting has been going pretty well too. I'm at still sitting around 296, so slowly getting down there. I am failing at this battle. Yeah, you know what? I will be right back because I do have to use the restroom. Sacrificial Spade says watch streak reached. 5 stream streak. Well, welcome in, Spade. I'm about to hop off for just a moment. I'll be back though. Because, yeah. I also noticed I didn't have Discord open. So sometimes when I'm not sitting in the server in the small streaming section, some people don't actually watch the stream because they don't think it's on. But I will be right back. But I'll be back. Be good, chat. I'll be monitoring from my phone. Gonna be honest, chat. Were you being good? Putting a cheesecake in my fridge doesn't count as good or bad. I'm just confused and concerned on why I have cheesecake. Anyways, back to the game. Door was unlocked. Oh, so let's see here. What was one of the things that I wanted to chat about? What were you about to say earlier about our collapse? This afternoon I can record the Megaman.exe one for you. I can go through and look and compile all of the Megaman.exe cameos and stuff in X Timelines number 1. I can't get to I can also get to 0 as well, but I can't get to ZX or Legends or any of those until the weekend. At the earliest, and even then, it'll probably be a little later than that. Probably 2 weeks for those ones. Because I've also got Fursuit I'm currently working on for a customer. And that's got to take priority about that. It was just about the timing of when I can get stuff done. That was it. Anyways, let's see. No. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's my own fault. Closest comic shop's an hour away. Yeah, my issue is not that it is that far away, it's just when I can get to the store. Like... There we go. It's just a matter of when I can sit down, read them, take a look at it. But I also gotta make sure other work is done, too. That's just how it is. Battle Network comic for Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, was not expecting that. I got off of VR, woke up a little bit more than I was, and checked my phone. I was drinking with a friend of mine, and poof, out of nowhere. BattleNet first American-made Battle Network comic book. And yeah, what is up with that? Okay, here's something else that I've been pondering. And I've been pondering this for a while. So we've gotten a re-release of the Megamix and Gigamix mangas. The X manga is seemingly coming eventually. The X Megamix comic, for those curious. Since that got put on, like, indefinite hiatus. But it seems like it's gonna come within the next year or so. Here's my question. Do you think we will get a collection of the previous Japanese mangas for the Mega Man series. And what I mean by this is, X had a Megamix? Yes, it did. It was called Mega Mission, is what it was called. There were multiple of these. They are canon stories. They used the cards, the card discs. When with the X Legacy Collection, there was a series of cards. Well, those had a manga tied into it all. But do you think we'll see a re-release of the older mangas? There was the classic ones done by shoot, what's his name? Very Astro Boy-esque style as far as the look of that. The words are not coming to me today. But there are even more I'll get into once we get back from the ad break. But, yeah, let's see. So there were the Megamix and Gigamix mangas that came out. The X one that was supposed to come out back during the X Legacy Collection, but got delayed due to COVID. You want the color re-release of the, Takamasaki's NT Warrior with all the new chapters. That would be awesome. I've been thinking about, but in particularly, there's the Mega Man mangas that came out for Battle and Chase, 9, 10, Mega Man and Base. What is it? Battle and Chase 9, 10, Mega Man and Base, 11's manga, which I think already had an English release. But more importantly, re-releases of the only other American comic that hasn't been re-released. Seeing as they have both artists and writers that worked on it on board for the more recent comics they're doing. The Mega Man Dreamwave comics. Think we'll ever get a reissue of those 4? I mean, it's just a thought. They did pick up the Mega Man license, and they've seemed to have done a very good job at getting all of the Mega Man licenses. They've gotten Archie. They've gotten Archie. They've gotten Ariga's work. They've gotten they've seemingly been working with the Battle Network and Star Force licenses, which we knew that they had, by the way. There was an interview that was held a long time back. Oh shoot, what? This interview was basically like, okay, will you ever do a Battle Network Star Force comics? And they said, well, we have all the rights to Megaman. We got all of the licenses, so you'll have to just wait and see. And now, here we are a year off of that interview, coming face-to-face with a Battle Network comic. Give us the canceled Ruby Spears comic. I don't know how to feel about that. See, if it didn't come out, I don't really see a reason to... Like, okay. Like, I see a reason, but I don't see a reason. This is hard for me to talk around, because... that wasn't, like, even... finished. Continue full at Boom Studios fully charged. Heck yes. Do it. Boom Studios fully charged was so good. Nobody ever wanted to touch it. Ever. That comic is actually really, really good. Did you know that's the only bit of fully charged media they got in Japan, from what I heard? What a shame. Worked twice. Worked so good I did it twice. Let's see. What else could they do? Hip, toe, and arm. Localize the legends Manhua. I'm assuming manga, but it didn't. And that would be something. I'd also like for them to announce when they're exactly finishing Mr. Megaman. I haven't gotten around to picking up Volume 2 yet, but I know there's 3 volumes in that, and it would be really nice to have all of that completed on my shelf. Especially because Volume 1 was really good. Manga from China, Taiwan, or Korea. I forgot which one. Okay. Well. Just do all of them. They need to just do all of them. Speaking of, I recently got an emulator working for Java games. So I can finally play all the Java Mega Man titles. Up and running. So Legend and Phantom, I'll finally have a good opinion on those. Because I haven't actually sat down to play them. I know the stories roughly. Make it the early 2000s again. 3 new games a year. Oh god, no. Please, no. My wallet will be forever drained. I play more than just Megaman. My husband would be pissed. I'd have to pick one. How about this? How about every other year we get a new game instead of waiting? The one thing I think most people don't realize yet. Alright. People have a lot to say on Keiji Inafune. Keiji Inafune was burning Mega Man to the ground while he worked at Capcom. I know, everybody's gonna say different, but hear me out. I really don't think he did that much good for the series. It's because of the Mega Man franchise that he got a really big name for himself over here in the States. He was part of the reason that Devil May Cry 4 was so rushed. He was a massive reason why the X series fizzled out near the end. He didn't stick around to even push for any new titles, and most of the new games that he was pushing were rough. Like Command Mission. The entire team who worked on Command Mission wanted to make a Command Mission 2. Inafune shot down the idea of making a Command Mission 2 several times, and even stated in an interview that the reason it wasn't doing well was because it wasn't a good Mega Man game, because a good Mega Man game needs platforming action. Like, what? I really do think that he was kind of burning Mega Man to the ground with the way he was running the franchise. And then once he left Capcom, he did even more damage to us. 93214. Can't even make a good Mega Man game when you go... Yeah, well... That was part of where I'm going with this. 3, 2... Like, okay, he spun off, did Mighty Number 9. Mighty Number 9 comes out, and it didn't have the production value that we thought it was going to have, let alone really, you know, push anything forward. He tried to make it a media empire before it even came out. Like, let's not forget the Mighty Number 9 cartoon pitch pilot that came out midway through the game's development. Like, I'm not saying don't branch out or try new things, but get your game studio off the ground first. Then he did Recore, and while that game is a fantastic Legends-styled open-world game, it was Xbox exclusive. Then he did Gunvolt in the midst of all of that, without telling anybody, because his name was essentially just tied to Mighty Number 9 at that point. And to go the extra mile, then he started doing NFTs with Mega Man themed stuff, and most people wrote it off as he had no idea what he was doing. But when people tried to tell him what he was doing, from what I hear, the response he got back is, money's money. Yeah! There's an animated... Blade, I will send that to you. I will send you the little teaser trailer thing. No, they tried to make Mighty Number 9 a thing based solely, and I mean solely, off the Kickstarter campaign. Let me grab that real fast. You want to say fully charged looks rough? Oh my god. It didn't come out. This is what we have of it. Then there was the Red Ash debacle. And then there's what he tried to do to another series, Fantasy Life I. Oh my god, did you hear about that? The development went so poorly on the most recent Fantasy Life game that he quit. Because it was found out that he was trying to do the same thing that burned Mega Man down to the ground. Essentially, he was trying to take the money and run. Get what he could out of a franchise, burn the fans, burn the development studio, and take everybody on his way out. Then attempt to do a Kickstarter in a couple of years, proclaiming that he knew how to make a Fantasy Life game, half-ass it, either the game doesn't come out, or is completely busted. Yeah! Yeah! He was like, I believe, lead producer on Gunvolt. Everybody knows about his work on Mighty Number 9 because he was the face of it. With Gunvolt, he hid in the background. You only knew it was him if you looked in the credits. And then he only revealed himself during a Nintendo Direct. Or it was either an Inti showcase or a Nintendo Direct going over Gunvolt 3. I wasn't fast enough. Yeah, no. That's the reason why my part 3 of the Ultimate Guide to Mega Man has been taking so long, is because the more I find about Keiji Inafune, the more I want to rip my hair out. It's absurd. Everybody liked to sigh on him as, oh, you can't have a Mega Man game without Keiji Inafune. You absolutely can. He didn't do a majority of them. He's only, like, role was basically to make sure they got made. And even then, a lot of what he made sure got made was, let's be real, a lot of it was very subpar of the quality that most people were expecting. Because, like, a lot of people didn't like X6. Well, he was the producer. If he didn't know what was going on, then he should have slowed it down. The entirety of Battle Network, while his name is in the credits, he didn't have that much to do with it. Mr. Iguchi did. He should. And then, you never notice that AK got buried a little bit for a good while? AK, the guy who actually helmed the first Mega Man game, who made this series, wasn't really given the credit he deserved for making the franchise, for starting this whole thing. Oh, I'll reiterate that after the ad break. Okay. Ad's over. Awesome. First things first. Let me talk about the AK situation. Megaman came out, right? You notice how for a while there, it was only ever Keiji Inafune in the limelight. Nobody ever gave AK any credit for making Megaman when Keiji Inafune entered the development team later on to create the artwork and refine the concept. Funny that AK doesn't get that much credit until recently when everybody's been looking at his Patreon and hearing all the development stories. That's a little funny and sus, ain't it? Now for the second thing that I was gonna say. Oh, Capcom made X6 without telling him. Huh, who told that story? It was Keiji Inafune. He was told apparently, and according to what I've heard, is he was told multiple times from members of the X6 development team that they were working on X6, to which Keiji Inafune's response was essentially, well, we can't do that, I'm making X5. Well, Capcom can't release X6 because we're making X5. Well, we're not going to rewrite X5 to fit X6 because I'm making X5. His response was essentially to ignore it and assume that he would have the power to veto and cancel the game before it came out. Which he didn't have the power to do. The game was done, release it. It was mandated by Capcom, yes. Was it started without him knowing? Yes. Was it finished without him knowing? No. He knew by the end of development, and he knew by the end of development of X5 that the story wouldn't work with X6. He knew. He just didn't care. Uh-huh. X6 is absolutely canon to the Zero games. Without a doubt. But guess what? Keiji Inafune just didn't care. His prerogative was, whatever he is working on is more important than the series he is producing as a whole. The health and validation of the whole franchise as a whole be damned, because Keiji Inafune is making a game and it'll make money regardless. I do not like Keiji Inafune for that reason. Most people would assume, oh, Keiji Inafune, guy who made Megaman. Nope. Guy who took credit for making Megaman. And the guy that used that to springboard himself as the most important person in Capcom. Did you know why Spencer has dreads in Bionic Commando Rearmed? You can blame Keiji Inafune, because he has a huge Western bias. Do you want to know why DMC Devil May Cry got made? Because Keiji Inafune was at a higher up management level and essentially told the team, hey guys, we need to make a US-based Devil May Cry because Devil May Cry 4 didn't do well. Yeah! Well, I mean, that's the case of it. I have been paying attention to all this shit for a while. For years and years and years, I have been paying attention to what in the world has been going on with this stuff. Because I wanted to know the truth, because some stuff didn't add up. A lot of it didn't add up. DMC was his fault, yeah. Now, please note, he wasn't the only one that went along with it, but he was in the higher up management position to where he could mandate it. He was the one pushing for all these Western-made versions of these Japanese characters. Why did we get Bionic Commando for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360? Keiji Inafune. Why did we get DMC Devil May Cry? Because Keiji Inafune said that, well, Westerners won't play a Japanese-made game. What if we outsource the project and make it as different as possible? But he gave us Dead Rising. Yeah! Which is good. He also gave us some Mega Man Legends, which is also good. The man's not incapable of making something good just because he does some shit things. Every now and again, a broken clock is right. So, I'm not saying that it's all bad. They outsourced Dead Rising to Capcom Vancouver, starting with Dead Rising 2. Which was around the same time as DMC Devil May Cry. And Bionic Commando. And Keiji Inafune knew that he'd be making money regardless. As he moved up in the ranks. Only for him to not like dealing with management and leave. Because he couldn't get done all his mandates that he wanted to do, which was mostly to gut Capcom for money. Essentially make them strictly a publisher and not a developer as well. Because Keiji Inafune is a businessman. He is not an artist. He's not much of a developer. He's a businessman. Which makes him fairly decent at producing things. But he always wants to produce at the highest level when he needs to start small. Which is where Mighty No. 9 and Red Ash come in. He thought he could use the Mega Man fans as a stepping stone to bigger prospects. And when it didn't pan out, he moved on to the next thing. Went over to his good buddies at Inti Creates. Did Gunvolt. Got asked to leave after the NFT situation, left to go do Fantasy Life I and a couple of other smaller titles. Got fired from that position or pressured to leave, I don't honestly know, but I know that he left development before the game came out. It kind of starts to add up a little more when you realize that Keiji Inafune was actually had way more power than he really, than a lot of people knew within the company. It's a very fucky story. And I don't entirely blame him, because it's like, okay, you want to move up the corporate ladder, fine, whatever. But don't burn franchises on your way out. But he gladly and gleefully wanted to burn franchises on the way out. DMC fans knew it after DMC Devil May Cry. The Devil May Cry team knew that. Which is why we didn't get another one after that. Meanwhile, Mega Man fans realized it after Mega Man 9. Or, well, the Mega Man development teams knew it after Mega Man 9. Because Star Force 4 was cancelled. Mega Man X9 had been cancelled on the PlayStation 2. Doing anything different with Mega Man 9 and 10 resulted in Keiji Inafune throwing a fit. Adding more animation frames to Mega Man, trying for a different art style. It all didn't... They weren't allowed to do it. Because it ultimately ended up with, well, we couldn't possibly, that's not what the fans are used to. Let's play it safe. He needed easy wins. He knew those were easy wins. It's the only reason they got greenlit. I don't think all these games are bad. Most of them, at worst, at their worst, they're mediocre. But they shouldn't be mediocre from the developer who has been helming a series as massive as this one. And I think that's about all I have to say on Keiji Inafune. And it's why that when people say that they can't make Legends 3 without Inafune, I'm just sitting here baffled and dumbfounded. What did he truly bring to the rest of the Mega Man franchise? What could he have brought to a Mega Man Legends 3 on PlayStation 2? That's a serious question, by the way. What could he have brought to a Legends 3 on PS2? What games was Keiji Inafune attached to on PlayStation 2? X7. Not a great title. X8. Critically lambasted. Most fans kind of went, eh, on it. I enjoy it. We got Battle Network and Star Force around that same era, but he didn't have that much to do with Battle Network or Star Force. That was mostly Iguchi underneath the producer banner of, the series director banner of Inafune. G4 is incredible. Have you read most gaming publications from that time? Most gaming publications, while not super credible, a lot of them were bashing Mega Man, even outside of G4. Even Nintendo Power got in on it at points. Let's see here. I'm gonna look it up, because I actually want to read it. It got a 68 out of 100 on Metacritic for the reviewers score. IGN gave it a 73. If you loved X7 and thought it was one of the best action games of the year, X8 will probably give you Eternal Life. 70 by 1UP, GameSpy gave it a 70, PSM Magazine gave it a 70, 67 by EGM, 65 by Total PlayStation, GameZone gave it a 64, GameSpot gave it a 63, Official US PlayStation Magazine gave it a 60, GameShark gave it a 60, Gamer.tv gave it a 60, PSX Nation gave it a 60, Gaming Age gave it a 58, 50 by Cheat Code Central, G4 TV gave it a 40. Play Magazine, eToy Chest, Thunderbolt, Game Informer, Gaming Target, and Bonus Stage were the only ones that gave it higher than a 75. So, most people didn't care for X8, as far as critics are concerned. I enjoy it, but I am not most people. So while the critics are absolutely, you know, they're not the most reliable source, they're still a source. And they're a source from the time that I can point to and say, okay, but how much of this was just due to 2000's Mega Man fatigue? Probably a lot of it. But even then, that's still Inafune's fault. It's still Inafune's fault. That's what I'm saying. Is even if those review scores, right? He was still under that banner. He directed the X8 team in particular. From every interview that I've read on X8's development, it seems like he actually paid more attention during the development of X8 after X7 came out. We out here winning? We're trying to win. Welcome in, El Rey. So if that was the style of Mega Man game to come out on the PlayStation 2... and we look at that style of game from around that time... Did I mess up? Oh, I did. I messed up. If we look at that game, and we go with any... Let me look at the other games that he made. Let me look at the titles that he was making around the same time. What all directions was he being pulled into? Moby Games. Oh, he was special thanks. That's weird. That's weird. Let's see here. We're looking at Resident Evil Director's Cut. Okay. PS2 Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. Goes Onimusha Dawn of Dreams is an executive producer. Collection Shadows of Rome. How did this game fare? This one he was once again producing. I believe here, that's what it says. Yeah, producer. So if we're looking at around 2005 and beforehand, we're looking at things like Resident Evil 2 GameCube, Mega Man Network Transmission, Onimusha Warlords as a producer. He was mostly just in a producer role. So my thought is, what could he have brought my thought process is, what could he have brought to the table if there was a Legends 3 on PS2? That's it. And the thing I keep coming up with is not a lot. He was in a producer role, which means he was close to it all. And he was directing the series, essentially, but I don't feel like he was doing that good of a job to really justify Legends 3. Meanwhile, the most recent producer that we have is, I think, more qualified than Keiji Inafune ever was. And You may be saying, oh, well, wait a minute, who's the most recent producer? That comes down to Shingo Izumi, who has done quite a bit of work. It's small, but it's good work. Patapon 3 is an artist. Monster Hunter World, Teppen, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. All of those games are large. They're larger titles. And I feel they show more promise than Keiji Inafune did with things like Devil May Cry 4. So, especially when you consider that as a producer, in a producer role, you have a lot to do. I would just say, having Monster Hunter World, the game that kickstarted this whole Monster Hunter is everywhere thing, is huge. Because he could do the exact same strategy on the Megaman series, and then all of a sudden we're back to something a little bit healthier for the franchise. I'd already argue we're already at a healthier point in the franchise. But as far as I'm gonna say, I just don't think Keiji Inafune brought enough to the table to justify a Legends 3 on PS2. I feel like Shingo Izumi has more to bring, has more life to bring in for a Legends 3 on, say, a Switch or a Switch 2. Healthier than 15 years between games. Yeah. And that is 100% where my point is. I feel like the collections are a good stopgap, but we are running out of stopgaps. They can't keep doing this. And I think they know that. And the reason I think they know that is because it did take them a good long while to get on the RE engine. But now that they know how it works and everybody's trained on it, I am under the opinion that we will be seeing more Mega Man games released more often. As Capcom looks for more smaller titles to fill out stopgaps in their year. RE engine games aren't that tough to make. Like, yeah, they're still a challenge, but they're not as much of a pain in the ass to put together. Ah, yes, the liberation missions. We've made it. There are two more. They could do side game collections for proper Mega Mania Game Boy Collection with the original planned enhancements. They could. They could do that. I don't see it happening, but they could do that. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could just start re-releasing all of the side games, but they'd still run into the same problem eventually. Oh, you've re-released all of the major titles? Cool. Hello, Saucemog. Welcome in. You missed the PC crash earlier. But yeah, I feel that even with the collections, they'd only be able to get away with about 2 more of those to realistically justify it. And I think that is a fair assessment from what I know. Because, like, yeah, they could do Mega Man Mania. Yes, they could do... It's just, we're running... They could do Mega Man Mania. They could do another re-release of... Oh shoot, what is it? Power fighters and power battles. But realistically, it's not going to make a dent. You're doing well, that's good. I just don't see that. No, you won't, Sawsmog. 2027. I do get tired of the negativity. I'm just gonna start leaking dates if people keep doing this. And then nobody's gonna be happy, because you'll know what's happening. Home port of all of the arcade games. Okay. How many of those do we have left? There's the 2 Battle Network arcade titles and a pachinko machine. How many? Because there weren't any X arcade machines or 0 arcade machines. Like only the Battle Network stuff? Yeah, that's it. There's that and then Rockman ability. Which, I mean, I'd be happy with, but still. I'm just saying. There's not as much as what... We're not looking at something that can continue on like this forever. And I think Capcom knows it. I mean, heck, when they did the, Give me home port of that pachinko. Oh, gosh. That would be a stream, wouldn't it? I'd get in so much trouble. But, yeah, no, I don't see... I don't think they could continue on like this indefinitely. Capcom did the survey to see what fans wanted. And when they did that, what they found was... you know, fairly... Nobody is interested in a re-release of Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 again. That's called debt! It is called debt. I'm in enough of that already. Debt is what we've been calling the car, and, the credit cards. Credit card. Everything gets paid, but, you know. Anyways, I just... yeah, you get it. It's not... yeah. Student loans are a trap, don't do it. I'm not doing it. Not to worry. Way ahead of you on that one. I ended up not going to art school like I wanted. Screw that, dreams and hopes. And do it on my own. Like a dummy. I don't know, I don't believe in the college system as it is at the current moment. I'd much rather things be free. Anyways. No, I just don't think that they can continue on like this, and they know it, they realize it, and they know that fans wouldn't really want to... They know that fans wouldn't purchase a collection of just 1, 2, and 3 again. No matter how much they update it, it's really, really, really hard to sell the fan base on something they already own about half a dozen times. And in the case of Mega Man 3, let's see, I can play the Wily Wars version, I can play the NES version, I can play the NES version on Street Fighter 6. Like, Mega Man 3 is re-released so many times on the Switch alone. The exception would be a powered up 1, 2, and 3. I think the exception is just powered up 1, actually. Because I think if they did a powered up... 2 and 3, there wouldn't be enough people to care yet. I'd like a powered-up remake. I'd be comfortable with that. Heck, I would even be comfortable with just a Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 remake. But they gotta bring something new to the table. Give me Oil Man, Time Man, and Bond Man. Give me DLC and a bunch of other stuff. I will play it. Granted, I also got told... I've been perusing other people's stuff lately. And I was watching somebody else's stream, and they were playing Mega Man 1, and they said they're going to play the whole series. I said, if you do X, I think I would recommend the PSP version. Most people were shooting that down and saying that the PSP version is worse. I have never in my life been so baffled by something like that. Because I really like the PSP remix. I'm playing this dumb, don't worry about it. I'd say they're on the same level. It's just Member Hunter has a cooler opening. Not worse, but different experience. Story doesn't hit as hard, but gameplay is great. I like it. I think the voice acting adds a lot to the game. And I feel like you miss out on something when it's not, since it's not there in the original. And I know that that's not possible, but in the original, but still. And the remixes go hard. All of those remixes are good. I think the Day of Sigma on its own is great. I think more people need to experience that. You're playing Metroid Fusion and it's very hit or miss, not as good as Zero Mission. I like Fusion. Oh, I'll take it. Getting to be invincible for a little bit of time is good. X is cool in general. Most things are cool in general. Player phase 7. Liberate some panels. SAX is a really cool part of that game. I need to do Fusion again. Hoping that's fast enough. Now I get to show you what Lazy Network 5 is. It doesn't mean that you get to, like, laze out on this stuff. It just means that the rewards are a little easier, so... Did the mod break? I hope it didn't break. I know we gotta go back in and do it again. Granted, we also need to redo our folder here, because we have not touched this thing the entire game, and that's part of the reason why we're not doing so hot. Let's see... Roll, Blizzard Man... Those... All of these Recuv 10s can be replaced with the Recuv 10 asterisks. I only have one. Shove back in the A's. It's a better folder. It ain't perfect, but it's better. Favorite character on the GBA, still a scary villain. Not scary, but intimidating. I mean, they spooked me a couple times. SAX is weird. You know what? I never asked. What do people think of the font change in the Star Force Legacy Collection? Because I know that has a different font than the original as well. It's closer, but it's different. Granted, I also haven't heard as much discourse around the Star Force Legacy Collection. I think most people are just happy it exists. Do you think the online modes are going to be more active since there's not a Tango for Star Force? That, I feel, is something. Not as bad as the DLC. Yeah. I'm glad they got rid of all the AI assets. Alright. Now I get to redo this mission. Time for you to log off. Gonna make dinner. Alright, well, I'll catch you later, Blade. I'm still gonna be streaming here. I need more idle chit-chat in the chat today. If I do Battle Network 6, it'll definitely be on the PC version of the LC. I'm hoping we get more mods for this. After playing Prime again, is Prime 3 or Prime 4 any good? I've been hearing mixed results on that, and I don't know how to feel about it. I haven't gotten to pick it up yet because I've been a little tighter with my money. After Fusion, you're playing AM2R. I preferred Samus Returns, personally. A lot of people got mad at me when that game came out, because I was just like, I like Samus Returns more, and apparently that's not the popular opinion. You don't have a 3DS anymore? Yeah, there are ways. Oh, why'd he go for that one? Otis says, don't worry about the popular opinion, you be you. Well, that is kind of how I play by. Yeah, and it's the rules I go with. Why? It's the exact same. There really hasn't been that much time in between. Revolta says, in life there is love, in love there is life, and in the end there is death. Hello to all. Welcome in, Revolta. We're playing some Battle Network 5. We're doing one of the Liberation missions for the second time, and I just missed with Blizzard, man. Prime 4 is fun with the mouse controls. Okay. But is it good? Like, is it actually worth sitting down and taking the... Is it worth the money? Because Mario Kart World was not worth the money. Anytime yeah, you would say so? Okay, because Mario Kart World was absolutely not worth the money. I felt like I wasted my time with that one. World says, I see. Nice. Well, I hope that goes well for you. You got a new phone, all right? Nice. I got all of Vex's stuff out of my basement on the 10th, and yeah. So I no longer have to deal with that, and that makes me very, very happy, because... yeah. I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to get everything in one go, because they showed up with 2 station wagons and filled them up within less than 10 minutes. But they managed to do it. Used your last phone for 5.5 years? That's nothing. I used one of my... the phone I had prior to the one that I have right now, I had for... 10 years? This one is not going to last me 10 years. I'm most likely going to replace it beforehand. I like making my stuff last, but it is getting to the point where I just need stuff that works. Are you ever gonna make the background for your VTuber? You missed the crash. I have a background for the VTuber. My problem is that the program that I'm using is so CPU intensive, it crashes my computer. So I have to keep reverting to this program that doesn't do head or eye tracking. If you showed up earlier, you could actually see the model move and do its stuff. And it lasted for maybe 15-20 minutes. Sometimes it'll last for like an hour. There's just nobody who makes a, I can't seem to find any good VTubing programs for Linux. And if I could, that would be great. That'd be swell if somebody could point me in the direction of that. Because I think we've narrowed down why it crashes, and I think it's a CPU issue. It's either... It still might be a GPU issue. I don't know. I didn't get great chip pulls. This entire run right here has been really bad. Not GPU, it's the GP me. Oh. That's a shocker. At the end of the month, I'm gonna get dispatch. Okay. I ended up getting an SD card for my Switch 2 rather early on. And then they shot up in price, like, right after I bought mine. Well, they're doing a Resident Evil presentation tomorrow. I'll have my thoughts on that next week when I do my Wednesday stream. Well, I've seen Remake 4 and 2 be listed, so I'm sure 3 will come eventually. Honestly, I'm just so happy they're getting a new Mega Man game that I don't really... My whole thought right now is just, huzzah. Target was 7, actual was 8, too bad can make it. 1,000 Zenny. Now, I can do this. But let's just continue the story for now. Because that RE2 got a PS5 port. RE2, 7, and 3 all had PS5 ports. My husband keeps conveniently forgetting that Resident Evil 3 even got remade. I mean, the Switch 2 is a capable little machine, so... You can say what you want about Nintendo, but the hardware ain't the issue this time around. It's the price point. I'm probably gonna get 9 on PS5 just because that's. I have 7, 8, 2, and 3 remake all on, and Revelations 1 and 2 on Xbox One. Because at the time I was collecting for my Xbox. I don't play my Xbox like that anymore. Mostly due to the fact that they've given me no reason to hook it back up. So, rather than get it on a platform that I have to set up in advance and everything else, I'm just gonna say screw it and get it on my PS5 when it comes out. I was also gonna get Dragon Quest VII Remake, but I need to get more cash beforehand. You don't know anyone with a Series X, and if they do, they also have PS5. I don't have a Series X. I'm just talking about my Xbox One. Which, I bought an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One X, so... Oh my god, there were so many people mad at the PS5's design. I'm like, it looks cool though. I like having a futuristic bit of tech next to my TV. Better than a VCR. Like, heck, even VCRs look cooler. Deer are currently outside your house, like 3 or 4 of them. They are gathering for the great scavenger hunt. Da-da. Yeah, I also added the extra expressions mod, where they incorporate more the DS portraits into this game. 5 is a rather long title. I feel confident in saying that between Battle Networks, 4, 5, and 6, I can't pick my favorite. 4 is not great, but I enjoy it. For some weird reason, I enjoy it. Nintendo consoles all look really cool. I beg to differ. The GameCube is weird and makes me giggle, but it doesn't look cool. It's weird and it makes me giggle. That's it. That's the GameCube. You also enjoy 4. 4 is good. It's not good, but it's good. Hi Manu, how you doing? Glad you could stop in today. It crashed again, by the way. I did not manage to fix the crash. The GameCube looks cool. You don't care? Alright. I'm excited for the Steam machine, the Cube Steam machine. That one looks pretty cool. That one I think looks alright. I'm gonna have to get a drink again. Not looking forward to the price tag on that, by the way. This is gonna target the rock, isn't it? No, okay. I'm not lying to myself about the GameCube. I think the Wii looks cooler. I think the N64 looks cooler. I have nothing against the GameCube. Controller's a little funky. GameCube itself makes me giggle because it's got a stupid handle. It's not even a cube. It's really not a cube, guys. It's not a cube until you add the Game Boy player to it. In which case, then it is a cube. And that's why it makes me giggle. Wii is cooler, so therefore, Wii is cooler, N64 is cooler. Both versions of the Super Nintendo and the Famicom are cooler. So no. You can't convince me otherwise. GameCube is silly. It's cute. But it ain't what it is. The N64 looks cool when you get the transparent stuff. Yeah, I mean the N64 is cool. I never argued that it wasn't. I argued the GameCube is silly. I don't know how long I'm gonna go today. Probably till about 8 o'clock like last time. If anybody wants to join me in voice, they can. And fish. Fish! How do you feel about the Panasonic Cube? Looks even cooler than the game. Look, that one looks actually cool. I always wanted that one. But it's, like, really expensive and hard to find. Dry grass. Wig. Let's see here. Yes, I know. Portable GameCube player. Yeah, I've seen portables. I've seen the third-party screen accessories as well. But, eh. Yeah, we have the Navi customizer. Thank gosh. You sounded insane writing that? No, you don't. You want the official portable DVD and GBA. That's not GameCube. Yeah, I know about that. No. I'm sorry, that doesn't count. That does not count as an official thing. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I know what it is, but... No. I'm sorry. There we go. Much better. You meant Game Boy. Yeah, no. I know what that is. No. I have not used a single patch card this entire time. Child death. Anyways, that's always where Battle Network leads. It always leads to... Oh! There's more death in this game than I thought there'd be. We turned on the elevator and now we rose to the occasion. I should watch my words more carefully. The fact that nobody clipped that scares me. I don't know why it does, but it does. Oh no, I said we turned on the elevator and it rose to the occasion and nobody clipped it. I need to get a drink soon. I should all... Oh, gosh. Rose to the occasion. Ha! This is what everybody came here for. A crashing stream and dick jokes. The best part is this is going up on YouTube. by tomorrow. Or at least I'll try to get it up by tomorrow. Because last time I had a bunch of issues even uploading it. A door! Whoa! Viruses! Think of it a bit, El Rey. Oh, I could show a really cool thing with the air shot. You can push rocks around like this. My mouth is all sorts of just bleh. Maybe after tonight's stream, I'm gonna go look for. I'll probably end up going and looking for another VTube, or for trying to find another Linux, a proper Linux VTubing application. Because every application that I've been using is Windows. And I mean, they work kinda, but they use up more CPU power and GPU power than they really need to. Samus about to call the navigator a clink. Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure she just calls him Adam. She's dignified and cool and doesn't feel the need to harass her machines. Have you ever played Metroid Dread? That was pretty cool there. Just saying. Bro got a chat GPT to hang out with her dead friend. No. No, she makes it very apparent and very clear that she does not see the AI as a replacement for Adam. They merely have the same name. And the AI was put in by the Federation. Also, the whole point of it being, of the heel turn near the end is that it might actually be Adam. They might have, like, a memory backup of his entire being on Samus's computer. That's the shocking thing. That's the part that she freaks out about. Some people. I played Metroid Fusion a lot. There's a lot to analyze with Fusion. And even if it was a replacement, why you gotta make fun of how people grieve? That's very inhuman of you. How cringe, how quaint. Dread you're gonna play later? Dread's cool. You'll like Dread. Dread is better than Fusion, though. Alright, down we go. The sprite is frying you. Alright, now we deal with Tesla. Alright, I need to go get a drink soon. Because my mouth is dry. And I can feel how sharp my teeth are. Like, that should be the concerning part. I can feel how sharp my teeth are. I hate when I can feel how sharp my teeth are. Because then I know that I am dehydrated to an unhealthy degree. I'll be right back. Almond milk. Not sponsored. I just like almond milk. It's good. Anyways, I got some almond milk. If you couldn't tell by my happy demeanor with the almond milk. Everybody in chat having a good time? Good. Good. Next week, I will probably be playing, Sonic. Some sort of Sonic. I don't know what Sonic yet, but we'll play a Sonic. New redeem? There is no new redeems yet. The program keeps breaking on me, and if the program keeps breaking, I can't even offer a new redeem. I'd love to offer a new redeem. Give you guys more reasons to use the pallet points and stuff. But if the program that I was using actually had stuff so I could make, like, throwable items and stuff, the one that I'm having to use, that I keep having to fall back on, doesn't. So, what do I do then? Like, the only thing I can think of is find another program that's gonna work. I might be able to build something in Godot if I was more versed in it. The thing is, I'm not. It's gonna cost me about $340 to get a new graphics card, so I'm gonna have to do that after Motor City FurCon. What we looked into was a AMD 40 series card. It's a NVIDIA. The 40 is the NVIDIA stuff, but I don't know all of the titles. The reason I know more NVIDIA stuff is because, well, it's the card that I currently use. It's easier for me to just simplify it on the equivalency of the power scale there. So yeah, my thought right now is I need to get the computer upgraded. I know it's not a RAM issue because every time that I check on like the system monitor, like right now, if I check how much stuff I'm actually using, I'm using 8 gigs of RAM. And my other application is open, I'm using, like, nine. And now note, that is out of, like, 48 to 50 gigs of RAM. That is a drop in the bucket as far as what I have is concerned. Meanwhile, the CPU usage spikes and skyrockets. When the other program is up. With this program, it doesn't do that. There's not as much spiking. So, it could be a CPU problem. Swapping CPUs, though, can be rather dangerous, and I don't trust myself. I'd need some, I just don't. I could do it, but it is quite literally the most dangerous part of the computer. There are so many tiny little pins, all of them do something, any of them get bent, I'm fucked. My husband thinks I just need to reapply thermal paste, but I really do think it is just... yeah. I believe it's a, if I remember correctly, it's a Ryzen 5 that I have, so... either a Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7, and either way, that's still... really good for what I use it for. Yeah, like right now, none of the cores are even getting up into the hundreds and staying there. Meanwhile, when I use the other program that does tracking, it does shoot up to that. 2 or 3 of the cores just stay super on the higher end of where they should be. So I've got it narrowed down, it's just a matter of... Well, now that I have it narrowed down, what can I do about it? I could try finding another program. I could look into ways to optimize the current program that I was using, see if there's any fixes. It does say there's an update ready for it. And hell, maybe that fixes it, but I don't know right now. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know what would fix the stream issues that I have. Because I really want to let you guys have more redeems and more stuff that you can do. It might also even be the 3D model that I'm using as a whole. Because some parts of it aren't super optimized. But I don't know. I shall figure it out eventually. If I don't end up figuring it out eventually, then I am so sorry. Even then, maybe if I could turn off just sections of the tracking, maybe it's part of it's the eye tracking. Maybe if I can just get the head moving, then I could at least do some of the stuff that I want to do with it. Hopefully it does fix it. I'm hopeful too. I know Goat and I were looking at graphics cards the other day, and we were thinking about it. Because he knows how much that all the crashing and stuff bothers me, and... Because I want to give you guys a good show. And you guys can watch and enjoy. And hopefully it doesn't break, but... Thought he was gonna move a little faster. You like how chill the stream is? This is the way that I've wanted things to be for quite a while. I've been a little bit more wound. I've been wound up for quite a while, so back to some semblance of normal, semblance of chill. I know most of the talking points today have just been me trying to figure out what in the world's going on, but maybe some random viewer will be like, oh, I use that operating system, I use that hardware, I know what causes it, or maybe they have a VTubing application that I could try out to see if it works better. Ah. My weeks can be a little bit more calmer now, though, now that all of Vex's stuff is out of my basement. I'm not working on a million suits and stuff. I'm actually getting videos out on time. Like, that's like a lot of my stresses and my worries. It's just a lot of my stresses just taken care of. It's just one of those things, it's like, when you don't have to worry about a bunch of other people and a bunch of other stuff, and making everybody happy, you find that you have a lot of time for just yourself and to do things, and more time to just chill. More reason to be okay with just hanging out. I don't feel like the best person for saying a lot of it, but it's the truth. It really is. I fix a lot of people's problems. I don't like fixing a lot of people's problems. Seems like the more I do of that, the worse off I am. So poof, all the problems gone. Taken care of. What do I have more time to do? Focus on everything else that was going wrong. And then as soon as I get all of it cleaned up, or most of it cleaned up even, I have more reasons to relax. I don't mean to harp on it, but when she was living here, a lot of what I was doing was just fixing her issues. The minute she left, I still had to take care of her issues because her stuff was in my basement. Now she has all of her stuff and can leave me alone. Since she can now just leave me alone, she has no reason to message me, no reason to bother me. I had to really double down and block her, by the way, because she continually kept messaging me to fix more things for her. I just said, screw it. I'm done. I don't need to be everybody's fixer-upper. I've only got to fix up a couple things for a few people. I have to fix things for my husband, I gotta fix things up for me, and a couple of my friends, and that's about it. It isn't hard, it isn't a lot. Sometimes it can feel like a lot, but it shouldn't always feel like the weight of the world is crashing down on me. If somebody is constantly assuming that I'm just gonna come and fix all of their problems magically, they got another thing coming. Because I'm not doing it. Like I said, doesn't change a lot, but it changes enough. And that enough should be enough room for me to be happy. I should be open to talk about what's going on in my personal life as well as, you know, everything else. I keep debating on whether I really want to make a video on the whole experience of them living with me. Because perhaps my situation of living with a fursuit scammer could teach people some of the signs to look out for when being scammed. Or when buying art online. Some of the inherent risks. Thing is, I'm not that well versed in all of it. So maybe it would be better left to somebody who deals with scammers. I merely lived with one. Doesn't mean I know everything. I can only speak upon the experiences I was given. So, yeah. I'm just happy. Also, my house now doesn't smell weird anymore because all that stuff's out of my basement, which is nice. Past couple times there's been a crash. I haven't been as upset. Just been more of a, maybe I can figure this out sort of mood, rather than it's all going to hell. Dear God, somebody take this away from me. And that, a major part of that is just the amount of things I had to deal with being lessened. Means I can finally focus on the things that matter. Hopefully by the end of this year I'll be able to move. Just a lot of my problem is I don't know how to say no. I finally said no for once. It took a while, but it finally feels good to say no. More often than not, it feels bad to say no for me. Like, I feel like I'm letting people down. This time around, felt like I was doing the right thing. For myself and for everybody else who has to deal with me. You know, because I can recognize my own actions, and I can look at them, and I can honestly feel bad about some of the actions and some of the words that come out of my mouth. I'm pretty quick to catch on to when I screw up stuff. I mean, I could just say screw it sometimes. I could say yes to a whole ton of... But I know it wouldn't be good for me. Plus, I've been doing a lot of research into other streamers, too. Like, I've been looking at them and how they do things. And the way I was holding things together just wasn't working. I'm trying to be less numbers focused, less, oh, what about this, what about that? Because everything may be on fire, but I'm doing okay. If I'm doing okay, that's part of what matters. It should be all that really matters in the grand scheme of things. But I feel like that's selfish, and I don't want to be like that, because that's kind of how my mother is. And if you've seen me long enough, then you know how I feel about her. Yeah, you know. Chill stream, because I got less on my plate. Less to worry about. Alright. Now we have Nightman on our team. Just gonna do one last check here. We're gonna be back in through here. In a bit, because there are going to be a bunch of people that rummage through the mines. Just beat Fusion? Good job. This is a good game. Not as good as Dread, but it's a good game. Glad you enjoyed it. We're just getting to the second liberation mission. Slowly catching up to where my husband was at. Because I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, my husband's has been slowly playing through Battle Network 5 with me. He's been playing Team Proto Man while I'm playing Colonel right now. Prime 1 is still your favorite Metroid? Fair pick. Good pick. Finally get another HP memory. I hate when my teeth get really, really sharp. That ever happen to anybody else? Like, all the teeth in their mouth just feel really sharp for some reason. They dull down after I have something to eat. Maybe that's just a me thing. What? I don't know! My teeth, when I feel my teeth with my tongue, they feel really, really sharp sometimes, just like, for a while. It's not like an all-the-time thing. Roberto says did decide to change their stream whole theme. Good for chewing. It kind of hurts my tongue, though. Your stream's whole theme. Well, that's pretty cool. What's your new theme? I can't say I really know what your original theme was. I didn't catch that many of your streams, but... What's your new theme? Curious. If you've chosen, that is. I'm still good with my vibe here. Oh! Well, I hope it works for you. First you had none, and then you went for a speakeasy type thing. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope the new theme works a little better for you. I've been getting a bit more elaborate with my art. Started drawing up stuff that I kind of want to wear, but... little bit tricky. Because a lot of the stuff I want to wear, that I like wearing, is a little bit more complicated. somebody has sent me a message. Let's see who it is. It's Goat. It's my husband. I can indeed. That's a pretty good chip. Liberate this one, then we can go in for... There we go. HP plus 10. Just like that. Down goes the panel. We're gonna hope for a one-turn liberation, but we're gonna be surrounded on both sides. But is unlikely. Seems like Argent is playing Valham. Valham? I don't know. Did not get the one turn, but we're looking a little better. See if we can get the dark hole out of here. Okay. Oh wow, one turn as well, so we'll get... That was good. That was good. Nightman nearby. Don't have to worry about damage too awfully much. I go up there. We do want that. Should have probably looked at the panels themselves that were coming up ahead. Ah, sometimes charge shot's the less good answer. Art, that's good. One turn. See, when I get really focused in on it, I'm not too bad at this game. Now his charge attack is only close up. Close but no cigar there. Break this one with them. Yeah. Wait, it's barely low enough for me to hit. That should hit all three. Yep. Sometimes figuring out where you need to stand to hit the button is a little tricky. Take care of the bonus panel here. Proto-Man and Colonel play pretty similarly. I think Colonel's a little tougher to master, but that's mostly just due to his charge shot being a little weirder. There we go. This might be the bad call. I should probably just go straight for the opening. It worked. It worked. It paid off. I would like to remind everybody if they want to, if they're enjoying what they're watching and want to support what I do, they could always follow. You know, just because they can. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. So, screen divide is going to be the best right there. So, we want Nightman to take out this panel. Yeah, I had to hit that or miss. It was either hit or win or lose there. Really wasn't much of an option. I did not play that very well. Alright. What's that? There's a heart. Screen divide here. Grab the bonus panel with Nightman. There we go. I'll take anything. One turn invincibility works. start this fight with Nightman. Finish it out with Megaman. Alright, that's not bad. Now we really don't have much damage left that we need to do here. And if it's a one turn. Shademan SPS. Bad. Alright, now we're going back onto the net. For a battle. Soul Unison. So now break a type element has 2 times. Charge shot looks like this. And you can charge them up and give them even more power to each chip. We're gonna go pick up some of the chips and things. Because there's a bunch of dark chips and whatnot, and with Lazy Network 4 mod being on, we can actually get even more than that. I don't use dark chips. I know they're stupid powerful when you use them with the Soul Unisons, but eh. I just don't think they're all that important in the grand scheme of things. Alright, we got a quiz. What dropped around the car? It's speed. Around the car. What dropped from the car around the curve? It grinds down hills, yet remains unseen. It's time. Attack of cannon, mini bomb, and wide sword is 170. And final question: baseball. believe there's anybody in here that can give you anything. That's alright. Next up is Oran Isle. There's a whole bunch of people that show up here after you beat the Nightman Liberation mission. Most of them have dark chips in the base game. This guy just gives you a bunch of stuff. Essentially, you don't need to worry about anything else. If you're gonna get this collection, get the PC version. It's really, really swell. Mods just make this game breeze by. Any part of the game where you're like, I don't know, has been fixed with mods. Mostly. 3 and 2 still need a lot of work, but 1 as well. 1 I feel like needs the Operate Shooting Star changes. That's its own thing. Alright, now I need to do these LLLRRE. Can't put that on. I can ARLLRRABA. And have maximum speed and maximum charge. R E R B R. Body fat. Let's see. RARLBLR. RA. Nope. We'll run it. It's not the most efficient, but we'll run it. At least for a little while. I'm probably also gonna stop for a bit after this. Actually, we'll end it after we fight Gridman. Up near the top. Sound good with you guys, chat? Then after that, I will be looking for any VTubing application for Linux. 'Cause maybe somebody has a fix for my problem. I'll also end up editing and... Gridman is an absolute challenge at this point in the game. Da, 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 da. I don't know how I survived that. We'll try one more time here. I've also been going this entire run without hitting any program advances yet. Even though I've been putting them in the folder. I think my pulls are just bad. Sword, wide sword, long sword, and we'll grab an extra sword just for funsies. Stand in the middle, wait for you. Boom, dead with one program advance. Ah! Like I said, I'm not too bad when I want to be. But alright, folks. I hope you had fun this week. Next week, Wednesday, twitch.tv/GavinDragon2. I will be here streaming. Be sure to follow, add your notifications and all that. And if you missed today, but you just caught this little bit at the end, don't worry. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow at youtube.com/@GavinDragon. You can check me out on all that. We also have Twitter, a Telegram art dump for all your... If you ever really want to know what artwork I'm working on. And we also have a Discord server. It's pretty chill. You can come, check out, hang out the way it is. That's all I got for you today. I've been your humble host. Good night, everybody. Let's raid out on somebody. Let's see here. A lot of people doing a lot of things. We'll raid out on Bell. Looks like he just got started, so. Go show Bell some love for a bit.